And I was really sad ending our call last week because I thought the Oregon interview was so cool. And even just in the whatever the 45 seconds or 1 minute demo that Beth did to me, it was really a different kind of I don't know whether to call it listening or speaking, but it was really accessing something else to let my heart be spoken to. And and then the next morning, I actually did it with Meredith because we were just talking about this Oregon interview thing, and Meredith on the call, well, she told me after she was just like, I couldn't really drop in. It was too fast, and I could just pick up that she was going really fast again in the kitchen. We are standing in the kitchen, and I just proposed that I talk to her heart for a little bit, and
Mm.
it was I thought it was great. I thought it was great because she got to really slow down and uh, yeah, and started crying just about I think how she has done about whatever the pain is that occurred that she did this to herself, that she doesn't have that connection to her heart so readily.
Mm.
So
How beautiful.
Mm.
yeah, yeah, I think it's really cool, whatever this is. So, and I was also sad that we didn't get to really finish the whole spark that oftentimes every week we just go through and I don't know, do like two-thirds of the spark and never really get to complete it. So I'm gonna move right into um, reading that spark again, or just the experiments. And then my proposal is Beth would hold space for us to do a longer organ interview with the proper speed and time.
Mm.
So here is the spark in 1 second.
That's great.
Okay.
Mm. Wow, I just saw breaking your heart and complaining about it, and I just, whoa, like
Mm.
it zapped me. It
Yeah,
really
let's
got
start
me.
there.
Whoa. Okay, I'll read. Breaking your heart and complaining about it is our normal condition since childhood. A radiant heart may not feel normal and therefore can trigger fear of not surviving. But remember, this is a shift from surviving to living. Are you ready to shift to a new normal where your heart thrives because it gets to live? Then get ready to glow. The experiment is this: stop breaking your own heart. Stop not doing what your heart gives you impulses to do. Instead, take actions that make your heart sing. It can begin by admitting to whoever is around you that you have been breaking your own heart rather than taking the risk of breaking their heart. By doing this, you are being authentic about your own inauthenticity. This makes you authentic again. I
Stay in
pass.
alignment with your heart and speak. Take action, connect, make proposals, all in radical honesty. Stay on that edge. Do not recoil backwards. Keep in contact with those around you, but do not martyr your heart to their stories about their feelings.
Hmm.
Listen to them with respect, and with equal respect, allow them to have their own feelings. You do not get to control what other people feel about anything, even about you. Give your heart a holding. Listen to your heart's desires. Then give your heart a voice. Let it speak. Your heart has simple language, slow sentence speed, and straightforward longings.
Forgive yourself for not granting your heart reality before now. Drop your old inner convictions of hatred and your fear of loss. These do not feed the bright parts of your heart. only the shadow sides. Instead of being against others, be for your heart. Be aware of the wounds and scars in your heart. Write them down. Tell them to someone near you, realizing that the wounds and scars are part of you too. Love full out whatever it is your heart loves. It need not match the values of civilization. Your heart is not civilized. Stay attentive to the fact that whatever your heart loves is different from what your gremlin loves or what your box loves. Learn these differences experientially and manage those distinctions with a flaming sword of clarity. Respect yourself enough to be you.
Will you scroll it down just a little again? Or sorry, up, I guess, so that I can see more of it.
I cannot go forward past this, actually.
Can't see the last paragraph, Beth?
No, sorry, I'm not saying it clearly. I want to see what came before, a little bit of what, I just kind of want to see more. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Be with others while being in alignment with your heart. Be aware that your heart and the hearts of others are strong enough to experience healing. These are very wild experiments. Your heart is also wild.
Mm.
I can feel the fear, just a base level fear that comes up to, it's like this whole spark invites me to slowness, and I feel afraid. My first reaction is to feel afraid of going that slow.
Mm. Mm.
Yep. I'm shaking, I'm like bouncing my feet up, my knees up and down.
Mm. Yeah, I also have fear, and it's about how to stay on that edge, like the fear of recoiling backwards is my fear. Like it's this like, yeah, but how can I stay right there? And I can feel my energetic body moving forward, moving back, like this kind of. But this is so beautiful, this writing, and it really is the heart interview, and it really adds even more possibilities than I ever thought of for the heart interview, as far as the possibility of even starting with inviting someone to give their heart a holding, put your hand, to really give your heart a holding. That invitation is just so gorgeous. And then this part about the wound, can we read that part again about the wounds and scars?
Yeah.
Be aware.
Yeah. Be aware of the wounds and scars in your heart. Write them down. Tell them to someone near you, realizing that the wounds and scars are part of you too. And yeah, just wow, like what information my heart could give me about the wounds and scars that my mind can't. My mind might go to stories from my past, or it would think so linear, whereas my heart could give me more information how it wants to be tended to. So this really moves me. Yeah.
I would like to hear and say like one wound or scar that each of us is aware of, because of what you just said, Beth, that there's stories, and then maybe there's like there's the story, and then there's what's under the story.
So are you asking us, I'm clarifying to say it in the space like right now, and my fear is that I would be coming from my mental, that I
see.
have ideas about what my wounds are. Oh, this person didn't want to be with me and I loved them so much and that broke my heart. Or, I think that kind of like it would almost be on the surface, like relationships that didn't work where I felt rejected and
Mhm.
like a part of me was lost or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the death of my father feels like but I don't know if that's a wound and a scar on my heart. I would want to ask my heart in a way now. Yeah.
Yeah, let's move into an organ interview or a heart interview. There's three of us, which is great. So one of
Yeah.
us can be the client, the space holder,
Mhm.
and a coach.
Great.
There's some people upstairs, and so I'm just wondering if I should go somewhere else. Just give me a moment to feel. Okay, I think it's passing. I think they're just kind of dipping in, showing people the room. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna come look at their room, guys. So I just have to pause for 2 minutes or move.
You're in the pass-through room.
I'm trying to think if I can move somewhere. I think I'll just move. I just I just don't know what it'll be more. Okay, they're moving on, so I'm back in the space. Well, I do invite us to center if I have to center. That's what I know from what just happened, bringing my center back. And there is a more specific way that we can center in our hearts as well to prepare. And that's, yeah, really finding the center of your heart and seeing the rest of your heart from that spot and noticing that the heart is not a solid object, but that it's very squishy and there's blood running through and the cells are moving. They are moving in many different ways, up and down and all around. And you feel kind of to the edge of where your heart is and just open it up even more, expanding the size of the heart in your chest, still from that center spot. And just by putting your attention here in the center of your heart, you are centered in your heart. And just continuing to feel and recognize the movement. Yeah, there's a movement. It may look like a figure eight, front to back, side to side. And the center of your heart can start to glow. You might even feel like it's like pushing at the walls a little bit, just growing. this space. Yeah, it's from here that we can connect with each other and go into this organ interview. I invite you to just open your eyes and connect with someone on the call or both people, but it might be nice just to lock eyes on one person. Yeah, and just welcoming this time together, this interview time. It's time to really connect with our heart's desires. So my impulse is that like two of us hold space for one person, but that one person will be like more of a, the person kind of leading and running it, and then the other person is coaching and also welcoming ideas in. Is there any resistance to having two space holders and the one person that's getting their heart interviewed?
No,
Okay.
I'll be the first client.
Okay.
And
Leslie, let's work together on a team, okay? Yeah, Dawei, do you have an impulse about?
I want to check on time. So
Okay.
someone said last call like 30 minutes. Is that what would be needed? Or
No, we ended up going to a heart interview space and we did it for, what was it, Leslie? 7, 9? It was, I
Well,
think
we
we
did
should do
end
it
up
for
extending
15.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 15 would be 15 or even, let's say 17 minutes.
for one person?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel fear about that, but let's go.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, we can just
I
be
feel
here,
fear in my
be
heart.
with
It's like
you.
a fear that my heart will run out of things to say.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. That's,
I will set a
yeah,
timer for
it's your
15 minutes.
mind. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay, so Leslie, and I'll start this. And Leslie, I would just love to be, I'm so happy to be on your team about this. Okay, Dawei, hello.
Hello, Beth.
I invite you to take a few deep breaths, just nothing forced, but just letting the air come in, filling the lungs up all the way to the back. Yeah, and letting that out at its own pace so that you land here in the space. Yeah. Yes, and Dawei's heart. Are you open to being interviewed today by me, Beth, and Leslie?
No.
Okay. So Dawei's heart, I hear that you're not wanting an interview right now.
I think the question is going to me somehow, Beth. Would you just ask again?
Yes, I will land this into the center of your heart. Dawei's heart, can I interview you?
Yeah, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, I hear you're afraid. Thank you. Afraid about?
About speaking, uh, about not knowing what needs to be said.
Yes, you're afraid about speaking. and not knowing what needs to be said. Yeah. That way, I invite you really into the center of your heart and just be in your heart right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dawe's heart, I hear you that you have fear. You have fear about speaking. And know that sounds and other things and stillness are also welcome in this space. And so in the center of you, yeah, how is it for you right now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, go.
Allow
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Are there words to that fear? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Stay with the sound. Yeah. Let it flow through you.
Yeah.
I don't know what my heart has to say, but the feeling I have is like, it's just so big. I'm afraid to let it out.
Yeah. So Dawe, you're coming in, and yeah, you're welcome here. And I would love to speak with your heart. And I hear you that it's a really big fear. And you can let the fear get as big as it is. You can go. You can go there. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yes. That.
Yeah. What's the feeling?
Sadness.
Yeah. Sadness. For
For all the time my heart never spoke.
sadness for
Just,
all the time
yeah,
your
which
heart
is
ever
my
spoke.
heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Will you let it speak? Dawe's heart, will you speak with us?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just invite you, Dawe's heart, to see the fear and invite the fear to the resonant tissue of the bone, or sorry, the nervous system. I'm sorry. The small and the big nerves surrounding you. Yeah. The solar plexus. Yeah. The fear can go home to the nervous system, out of the soft tissues. Yeah. Yeah. And is there more fear? Is there more fear in
No,
you?
no. Once I place the fear in the nervous system, then there's joy and sadness.
Joy and sadness. Yeah. Yeah. Which of those feelings, Dawe's heart, is on top right now? Yes, that.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was joy
go.
and then sadness.
Yeah. Yeah, joy and sadness.
Yeah, it was like the sadness, and then right after came the joy, and then right after came the sadness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does the sadness have to say, Dawe's heart?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, Dawe's heart. What is the sadness about?
Think, I think the joy is on top.
The joy.
Yeah, it's clear to me what the joy was about. The joy was about
uh, just the word strength came up, and
Right.
and feeling glad about the steps that are happening. I'm still speaking as Dawei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
I
bringing
noticed
it
that.
back down into the center of your heart. And Dawei's heart, what is alive for you right now? How is it for you? For you, Dawei's heart.
I feel glad
Yeah, you feel glad.
that Dawei is doing this.
Yeah, you're glad that Dawei is doing this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And fear, I can feel the pressure.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, you feel pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dangerous. I'm out now, and it's dangerous. I can feel like a giant like a giant lid has opened, and I'm out, and I feel joy. Feel joy
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I know Dawei is creating these spaces for me.
Yes. That.
I feel the fear. I feel fear that it'll just slam down and it'll be hurt.
Yes, this.
Like
Yes.
I know that might happen too.
Yeah. Yes, that. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Dawei has opened a big lid and now you're out. Yeah, you're
I
out.
don't blame
Yes.
him that the lid might slam down. I just know it's the reality.
Yeah, the lid might slam down and you don't blame him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't blame
I have to
him.
watch. Like I'm here talking to you, and I have to watch out.
You have to watch out. Yeah, you have to watch out. Yeah, how is that for you? To have to watch out.
I hate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, go. What's the feeling?
I hate
Dawei's
it.
heart. Yeah,
Fear and anger.
yes. Fear and anger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where's the anger? Can you feel it where it is in you, Dawei's heart? Is there a specific place? Can you look at yourself and find where it is, where it lives?
I mean, a little bit in my left arm and like in my the front of my head.
Yes, and Dawei's heart inside you. Can you scan and find where the anger lives?
I don't know how to do this.
It's okay. You don't have to know how to do anything. Thank you. I hear that you have anger and just invite you to release that anger to the bones around you, to the rib cage, to the vertebrae. Yeah.
Beth, I'm getting a little confused. This is Dawei speaking. Would you
Hi, Dawei.
just
Yes.
don't know? I just don't know who you're talking to. When you say send that anger to the bones, are you talking to me or are you talking to my heart?
I'm giving your heart the invite to release those feelings. Those feelings do not need to live in the organ of your heart.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just inviting your heart to just
Yes.
let the fear and the sad,
It's in my heart.
yeah. And if there's anger in there, you can send it to the bones where it lives.
Okay.
Dawe's heart, you can release it.
Okay.
Invite it to the vertebrae, the rib cage. Yes, like that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yes. And the sadness is welcome here in the heart. It's welcome. You can let it get as big as it needs to get. Yes, that Dawe. Yes, that Dawe's heart. Yeah.
Yes, Dawe's heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. All the sounds. Yes, that. Yes. All the sounds. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Go,
Thank
Dawe.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So Dawe's heart. I just invite you to let Dawe know about any wounds that you want him to know about, that maybe he's not aware of, or you just really want to express and let him know. Now is a chance to speak to him. Is there a wound that you want to share?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that Dawe or Dawe's heart?
Yeah, I went back to my head
Yeah.
and the timer just went off. I feel sad
You're
because
here.
it went right back to my head.
Yeah, you're sad about that. You can bring it back down to your heart anytime. You just come back to the center, back to the center of your heart.
Let me try one more time. It's like the question just sent me right to my head. I don't know why.
Yeah, Dawe's heart, the center of your heart,
Okay.
right at the center. Yeah, Dawe's heart. Is there a wound that you would like to share with Dawe?
I don't know. There's something. I went back to my head again.
Could you hold your heart right now? Be so with your heart, touching it
Yeah, bring
in
up the
your chest.
sadness in your hands. Bring up sadness in your hands and make contact with your heart.
And maybe it'll come out as sound.
Yeah.
Doesn't need words.
Yes.
Your heart knows.
Yeah. Just be with your heart. And your fingers, you can travel through the different layers and just really get so close to the heart, the organ, and
Yeah.
hold it. Yeah. And you can feel that from you, Dawe, your hands, and Dawe's heart. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's from my not so long ago, like 3, 4 years ago, but just from never saying some kind of thing about not achieving enough at work. And
Yeah. Yes.
not achieving enough at work.
Yeah, this.
All this
Go.
hatred, I got all this hatred for it.
Oh,
What's
this
hated
hatred.
for?
Yeah. Yeah.
For what?
We're not achieving enough. For some stupid fantasy of how things should have gone.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Yes. Go. Yes.
Yeah, there was so much time that I just wanted to be with Dawei.
Yeah.
Fucking stopping me and trying to go faster.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a wound.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
You want to be with Dawei. Yeah. You want to be with Dawei, and he keeps stuffing you down,
yeah,
and you want to be with him.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. How can you be with him, Dawei's heart? How can you, Dawei's heart, be with Dawei? Mm, yeah.
I mean, I'm here with him, and I'm always here. It's about not not making myself so small, not letting him cover me up with other things.
Mm, yeah. You don't want him to cover you up with other things. Yeah. Dawei's heart, is there something, a need or a request that you can give to Dawei?
Yeah, take this energetic layers off.
Take the energetic layers off. Mm,
Yeah, and and speaking as Tao, I'm really aware of what my heart is talking about.
mm,
There are these like golden energetic wings
mm,
over my shoulders and my upper back. Um, yeah, there are these kind of wings. Oh, I don't know how to describe it. They're not really wings, but they're
mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's energetic armor.
Mm. Oh, so that's your energetic armor, what you just described, Dawei?
These energetic wings, yeah.
Yeah.
And it somehow like weight for my heart.
Mm. It's a weight for your heart to be carrying these wing-like armor, these gold wings.
Exactly like
Yeah.
that, but it's just pressure. These are some of the layers.
Pressure. Pressure. Yes, your heart said it felt pressure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Dawei's heart, is there anything else that you want to share here for Dawei?
Just I love you.
Yeah. Mm. What's the feeling?
Joy.
Yeah. Joy. Hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Dawei's heart. Thank you so much for speaking with us today and speaking with Dawei.
Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you, Dawei. And Dawei's heart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for going first.
Yeah, I have some things to add to the space, which is something like it was really helpful for me, Beth, when you would keep walking me back down to my heart. And yeah, just the thing of whatever going back to the center. And I needed to do that a few times.
Mhm.
And what really helped me was I using my, I guess you couldn't really see it on the camera, but when you asked me to hold my heart, I just like went in with my energetic fingers and was literally kind of like rubbing or
Yeah.
massaging, sliding my fingers around my heart.
Mm.
And um that really helped me keep a have the connection where I could speak from my heart.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's the wording of the question, but is there a wound?
Mm.
It
Didn't
just
work.
kept putting in me in my head because I kept searching for something.
Yeah.
And whatever happened where I just got to speak, it was really obvious.
Yeah. That's good feedback, It's like an experiment. So the feedback is great. And like even you being like, this is me Dawei, or this it feels like it's landing in my head. That's great feedback for the interviewer, me, because I'm just learning this too. And there's a way in which like I can land the questions into the center of your heart from the center of my heart. And there's a way in which if I'm coming from my head, so it's really good feedback. It's such beautiful feedback. And so what do you make of the wound question? Like I hear you say that, and so my first thing is just go, okay, do away with that. But like also how, what would be some ways to kind of ask that without saying that word and bringing a person to their head about it.
I'm not sure. This is in a territory of memetics that I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
Some possibilities to try would be like uh, to just watch when the sadness really comes up, then it's just okay,
Mm.
speak about that wound or speak
Yeah.
that sadness is a wound. You speak about it. Um,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that would be my
Yeah. That's
or you
helpful.
have a wound or
Yeah.
something like just scan yourself
Mm.
scan yourself for the wound that's there,
Mm.
Yeah.
something like that. One thing that wasn't so clear to me when you said to release the anger to the bones, I had confusion because I was like, how does it work? Um, so one feedback would be to always say like Dawei's heart.
That was hard.
You
Okay.
can send anger back to
Mm-hmm.
bones and Dawei's body. So to
Yes.
be really specific, especially for the first time, for the first couple times, where I'm
Mm-hmm.
even exploring what it means to be in the space of my heart. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes. Thank you. Great.
Okay, that was probably 25 minutes.
Cool.
Is that right? I don't know what my
That seems, yeah, seems probable.
It went until it was done. And I'm glad we didn't stop it with the time.
Yeah, me too. I'm just trying to get a sense of how long
Mhm.
it might take.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think there's a span, you don't really know how long, but maybe there's a minimum.
Yeah, we definitely know 5 minutes doesn't work. We know that. Okay, so to move around configurations, I see that I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go. This is going on inside me. That is
Yeah.
just to be transparent.
Who would like to be the next client?
Well, I wanted to respond to Beth in that perhaps not wanting to go is a sign of going, of
Hmm,
a calling.
yeah, I'll be the next client.
Thank you.
Leslie, I propose you be the main space holder and I'll be the
Okay,
slash space holder.
great.
Okay.
Beth, I invite you to a couple of deep breaths, comfortable breaths. Noticing your chest rising and falling.
Mm,
And I would like to ask Beth's heart,
mm,
may I speak with you for a little bit?
yeah.
Thank you. Beth's heart, where are you located in Beth's body at the moment?
Mm,
Show me.
pretty high up. Almost, almost see her throat.
I'm sorry.
I can almost see her throat.
Oh, you can almost see her throat.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty
I
high up.
feel high. Yeah, I moved up here. Hmm.
And what is your experience of being up high near Beth's throat?
Hmm.
What does that feel like?
Hmm. Hmm. I decided to explore, and I feel like I needed to leave where I was.
You feel like you need to leave where you were.
Yeah. It was like dark. And I came up here to see something different.
Where you were was dark, and you came up to see something different,
Mm.
and you came up to Beth's throat, and there is something different there.
Mm.
Can you describe that?
I feel afraid to talk right now.
Yeah. Do you allow that fear
Mm.
to come through?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. I'm not afraid that I'm not all together.
You're afraid that you're not all together?
Mm. That was Beth.
Ah, thank you, Beth Hart. I wasn't sure.
She thinks I'm not.
Beth thinks that you, her heart, aren't together, aren't.
Yeah.
Beth,
Yeah,
I feel sad that she thinks that.
yeah. I feel sad. Yeah,
I feel sad that she thinks that.
yeah. Beth's heart. You feel sad that Beth thinks you're not together.
I traveled up here to be closer to her. She doesn't really pay attention to me.
She doesn't pay attention to you. Yeah. How do you feel about that, Beth's heart?
Mm. Angry. She keeps thinking I'm like in all these pieces and she doesn't really see me.
Yeah.
She,
You feel angry.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, mostly sad though. Like I am really sad.
Yeah. Beth's
Mm.
heart. You feel really sad. There's some
Yeah.
anger.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's really hard to connect, I think.
It's really hard to connect.
It
You
makes
feel
it
sad.
really hard.
Yeah.
Beth, what have you been wanting to connect about?
I want to connect with other people, with other hearts.
Yeah. That's hard. You want to connect with other people, with other people's hearts,
Yeah.
and you feel sad.
I feel like this big radiant thing that's squished down.
Yes. You're a radiant thing that's being squished down.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm glowing. And I'm really bright. I'm really bright. I'm bright red.
Yeah. Yes, Beth's heart, you're glowing and you're bright red.
Yeah. And I want her to see me like that.
Yes, you want her to see you like that.
To remember me.
Beth's heart. How do you want to connect with other hearts?
It's so simple. I just want to see them and let them see me. We do that. That's what we hearts do.
Yeah, you just want to see them
Yeah.
and let them see you.
Yeah. Two hearts. Spending time together. Mm. 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 And hearts like to sing together. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that feeling, Beth?
It's joy.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
joy.
sing together. Joy.
Yeah, when hearts come together and sing together and see each other. Mm. Yeah. And they shine light on each other. I shine light on other hearts. Mm. That's my nature.
Yeah, that's your nature.
Yeah, and so I came up here because maybe up here Beth will let me. She'll remember me.
Beth's heart.
Yeah.
Do you want to sing?
Yes. I love to sing. Hmm. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Beth's heart.
Mm. Thank you for speaking to me. Thank you for caring. Mm.
Yes.
Mm. Mm.
I'm struck that Beth's heart that you moved into Beth's throat and then you began to sing
Yeah.
when you were
That's why I went there.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Is there, from this place of joy, is there a message for Beth from you, Beth's heart?
To remember me, to touch me, to let me sing. Hmm. To let me sing with other hearts. Hmm. Let me see and feel other hearts. Hmm. Remember me. Hmm. Remember my joy. Hmm.
You want Beth to remember you and to know you're there and that, and to let you sing.
Hmm.
With other hearts.
Yes. And to touch me
To touch you.
like she's doing now. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. Hmm.
Beth's heart. Are you feeling complete, or is there anything else that you want to express?
Hmm. Will you sing with me? Will your heart sing with me?
Yes, my heart will sing with you.
Hmm. Will your heart sing with me now?
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank you, Beth's heart, for inviting me to sing with you.
So glad you did.
Let's do it again sometime.
Yes. I would love that.
Me too.
Thank you. Hmm. 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 Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beth.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh.
Hey,
Beth,
I
it's
will go next.
quite hard to hear you right now. Your microphone volume is very low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How's that?
I turned mine
Okay.
up a lot.
Okay. It might be my. How's this?
That seems better.
I think my heart speaks really softly. I was probably speaking softer, but thank you. I'll talk a little bit louder.
Do you
Yeah.
have anything to share? Feedback for
Hmm.
interviewing?
Yes, great.
Hmm. I, mm, yeah, my heart was able to really be here. And Leslie, like the pace and the tenderness in your voice really, like, she knew you were talking to her. And that's what I have to say right now. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost, honestly, I can't even remember what happened in a way. Like, that's really what I'm experiencing right now. I can't with my mind remember like how questions were asked or what was asked. So I would say it's a go. That that was that was a go. It's a go. Yeah. So thank you both.
Great.
Leslie, do you have tips for interviewing?
For being the interviewer.
Yeah.
Well, I learned from the feedback you gave Beth about not going into, not asking questions that would go into the head, that someone would have to kind of figure out. And I felt like I was getting to know someone I wanted to get to know. Like, it's a kind of it felt like a genuine, not just curiosity, but wanting to understand or feel the feeling of her heart. And it did feel like, that the approach, the gentle approach is the only approach.
Mm.
I don't know if that's always true, but in this case, it felt like that.
Okay, are you ready, Leslie?
Yeah.
Hello, Leslie's heart.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can let whatever sounds, feelings,
Yeah.
I'm really glad to see you, Leslie's heart. Yeah.
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 Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the feeling, Leslie? Leslie's heart. I see you using your hands, hitting your chest. Yeah.
I have, I have so much feeling in me. So much.
Leslie's heart. What's one of the things you're feeling?
Sad. Oh.
Yeah. Leslie's heart, do you want a holding? Leslie's heart, I didn't hear an answer if you gave one.
Yes.
Okay, Leslie's heart, we're going to give you a holding. So Beth's heart and my heart will energetically hold you also. And Leslie, you can just reach your energetic hands in and cup your heart. And Leslie's heart, you just relax. In a holding, you don't have to hold on at all. Beth's heart and my heart and your energetic hands, Leslie's energetic hands will hold you. And Leslie's heart, you just allow yourself to feel or make whatever sounds need to come out. And Leslie's heart, Beth's heart, and my heart connect you through your sadness. We are connected to Leslie's heart through your sadness.
Yeah. And Leslie, Leslie, you can open your eyes and be in connection with Dao and I. You can stay in your heart center and hold your heart. Yeah. Yes, we see. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Holding your heart. Yes. Yeah. Just pick one of us to look at. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Leslie's heart, how is it to receive this holding?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And bring up the softness and the sadness in your hands and just kind of it's more gentle. Yeah, right now just a little more gentle and soft. Yes. And letting the energetic fingers travel through the different layers and find your heart. Yeah, just gentle. Just hold, yeah, soft fingers, soft fingers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. What's that? Yeah. Mhm.
Leslie's heart, are there any words that go with what you're feeling?
Mm,
Oh.
mm, 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 mm.
Leslie's heart, are there any words that go with what you're feeling?
Yeah.
There's so much sadness and loss already in here inside of me.
Yeah. Mm.
Leslie didn't know it was there. She thought it might be, but she didn't know if she could get there.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Leslie's heart. Do you have anything you want to tell Leslie about all of this feeling?
Find the people you can, that it really is safe to open with. Don't try it with the people who are
Mm. What's the feeling behind that? Don't try it. What's the feeling?
kind of anger and sadness. Today, somebody had on the agenda check in with Leslie, and it was like, okay, Leslie, what's your check in? Okay, it's time to check in with Leslie.
Mm.
And I didn't feel anything that my heart wanted to enter in that space.
Mm.
And I just said a couple things. Somebody asked, was there any kind of response I wanted? And it's just like, it's okay. Just forget it.
Mm.
I have my places where I can go, and my community is not one of them. Too bad.
Mm. Leslie's heart. I invite you to just move that anger to the bones. Just with intention, the anger goes home to the rib cage, to the sternum, to the vertebrae, out of the heart.
Ugh.
It flows out and
Oh,
goes home to the bones. Yeah. Yeah. The sadness is welcome in the heart. And just with this sadness that you've expressed and shown, just bringing the sadness all through the different parts of you, all corners of you, all curves, yeah. Just softening. And Leslie's heart. Leslie, you can speak to Leslie and she can speak to you and hold you whenever you need. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So Leslie, will you open your eyes and be in connection with Dawei and I here in the space? Yeah. I heard that your community created a space that didn't work for you today. Yeah. And that you have people that you can open up to and bring your heart really to. Yes. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Thank you, Leslie's heart, for showing yourself fully here, for feeling. Thank you for feeling.
Thank you, Leslie's heart.
Eyes open, Leslie. Stay with us. You can. You can stay with us. Yeah. You can stay with us in this big, big, big sadness and grief and loss that you are going through right now. Hmm. Hmm.
I have a couple things about this process or this round. One was it was remarkable to me how fast it is to speak to the heart. That right away the heart can start feeling. And and then at the same time I was wondering, yeah, how a heart interview works with healing. And I just kept thinking about like, well, okay, all of these feelings or emotions, what is the wisdom from it? How does that get incorporated for Leslie so that the heart interview isn't just about feeling a bunch? And
Hmm.
and I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure how it would go to have a, yeah, I guess it's an open question of how does healing work in a heart interview? Because I had this fear that we could just stay there in the feeling for
Hmm.
forever.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, I think there's healing in that. There's healing in Leslie discovering what her heart is feeling. And then I just had a fear that there's, I don't know, does it need to turn into an EHP or is there another avenue for healing?
Hmm.
Did you have a sense, Leslie,
Hmm.
about this?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. In the core lab, I will bring this in. There was one process we did of being with someone else's organ. And in many instances, it was like, sometimes it was like mostly sound and feeling. And it was less like, there were less, it wasn't so many like questions like an interview. But maybe that's a different process, and maybe we had to go nonlinear here and we were in a different process potentially, because there was one where it was just a space held for the feelings, all the feelings of the organ to come out like this. So it's different than an interview where it's like, what's your voice and what message do you want to give? So that comes up. And I'm happy, Dawe, that you brought it back to asking some questions at the end and having the heart speak. That seemed important. And I also recognized that Leslie was moving between her heart and Leslie. It was kind of, I thought it was both some of the time.
The answers, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you started talking about the space that they created today, that was you, Leslie. And at the time, I didn't think I wanted to make that distinction. I just chose not to say that. But I could feel that, because it had some like victimhood in it. And I'm like, my sense is that the heart is not going to have that, that the organs don't have that kind of flavor to it. So I just, for a moment, I felt you kind of slip into more like what you, Leslie, were, you were annoyed that they didn't know and how to do it. And it was just a stupid space kind of. That to me wasn't the heart. Yeah.
I
And
imagine that the
yeah.
interview with the heart is a potential opening to the process that I had, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not studying it like you are. Just like a listening space can become an EHP. It's like, I mean, it all.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all researching it together. Yeah.
It felt it felt I've it felt important to have that experience, and I'm glad I'm coming out of it. And while I was in it, feeling like, oh, this is good, this needs to have access, have way to express.
Yeah. I have an impulse to, let me just check the time.
Order of.
Daiwei, do you have a plan for first? I just want to check in with.
No, I was no, I did not have a plan.
Okay. I just had the impulse to invite Leslie to do the resonant tissues when you wake up in the morning. To just be in your bed and invite anger to the bones and really like you got it, you know, when it left your heart and you made the like kind of growling noise or like it's like that. And so it's like anger to the bones, and you can feel it from the tips of the tiny bones in your toes to the skull, just the anger going there, inviting it home. Fear to the nervous system, sadness to every organ, all the soft tissues and the blood and the liquids, and then joy to every single cell. To take time with each, just inviting them to their resonant tissues, just in the morning as a practice. Will you do it?
Yeah.
Great.
This work is the first time that I'm getting this kind of distinction about anger to the bones. I've heard that distinction so often, and I always just chalked it up with, okay, well, I don't get this one.
Hmm.
And yeah, I really have that question now of, does anything belong, does anger ever belong in the heart? And at least when I was going and I sent the anger out of my heart and into my bones, it seemed really natural.
Hmm.
And such a cool way to unmix instead of doing this thing of pulling apart. It was just like, okay, and then wait, and then fear just goes to my nervous system, and then something else can come up. And
Mhm.
I ended up with joy and sadness, and I wasn't sure about the joy. I guess I didn't try sending it to my cells. Maybe next time.
It is in your cells. The heart has all the cells too. It's every single cell of the entire body.
Okay, so there would be joy in the heart also.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
then there would also be fear, whatever. I don't want to get too sciencey.
Yes. Yes. No, you're right though. You're right. There's a certain amount of fear like on the nerves of the heart. The tiny. So that's why it's like bring it to the tiny nerves and the big nerves. Like that's true. I
Mhm.
mean, true. It's yes, exactly. Each just like the bones inside have like some fluid, right? Like the marrow, you know? So it's like there's these ways in which, yeah, something to research.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing too. Yeah.
It's great to have gone into this last week, and then we had the interview with the heart work talk in the middle of the week, and then to follow up with this. I'm happy that you didn't move on to the next spark. I'm happy to take as many sessions as it takes to really chew it up.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm glad to.
Too. This spark has been extremely transformational, and it really relates to a lot of other research I'm doing. So I'm holding it very close. I feel like I'm staying with this spark for as long as I need to stay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just even rereading it today, I started crying again just while we were reading. And
Mm.
and for me, it was so cool to explore the heart interview in the context of this. Of well, okay, so we can give the heart a holding. That's cool.
So cool.
And yeah, I've really enjoyed this journey with you two of figuring those things out for ourselves. That I don't even know what Clinton would have meant by give the heart a holding. Maybe
Yeah,
something completely different than this, but that we discovered something.
definitely.
Okay, I think this is a great place to close for this week.
Great.
I will see you. I don't know. I will post a time. I will just say Wednesday this time next week. And I seem to often change it. For now, Wednesday this time, unless you see me post.
Cool. Did you guys know if you go like this, hearts come out of it.
Wow.
That's why that happened. Oh, look at that. That's crazy.
Leslie, will you do it too? I figure maybe against your black shirt and make it really look like a heart. Yeah, there. There. Come on, Leslie. It's gonna happen.
Can't-
It just mine just keeps coming. It's like bubbles.
What's going on here?
Maybe you have to update your Zoom or something.
That's
Maybe.
possible.
I have a
But
very
these are for you. I'm sending these to you anyway, Leslie.
thank you.
Were you guys on the call the other week when balloons started floating
Yeah.
in the background?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
know.
know where that came from,
I
right?
like need to rediscover.
Oh,
You have to like,
Wow.
what was that?
I was trying to pretend like I was blowing out candles.
And then they would disappear.
Mm,
That's cool. Awesome.
Goodbye.
See
thank
you
you.
guys.
Need space for me, you too.
Yeah. Love you, Leslie.
Thank you. I love you. Beth.
Okay.
I
We'll
love you,
connect
Bowie.
soon.